I was brought up with a big family, and my father and mother, they were beautiful people, and they taught us the good things, but I didn't listen, and I would rebel. They would tell me that I'm useless, fat, black, good for nothing, wish you weren't born. That's only because I was a naughty boy. I know they loved me. My schooling was limited. I never learned how to read or write in primary. Probably call it dyslexic today, I suppose. And when I got into intermediate and college, it was just a waste of time, really, because I couldn't understand what they were trying to teach me. So they would send me at the back of the room in the hall to draw pictures while they taught the other children. So anyway, I left school and I formed one of New Zealand's most notorious gangs, one of the chapters. And I lived that life scene for over 10 years. And in that it introduced me to drugs and alcohol, violence, uncontrollable anger, deceit, and all that. So living that life, I went to court quite a bit for the crimes I committed, and ended up going to jails. At this time I had enough of life. I wanted to end my life. I didn't want any more of the hurt, the hate, the loneliness that I was living with. Even though I looked like I had it all together, I was a shattered man inside. And I blamed God for everything, even though I didn't believe in him. So one day in my jail cell, I challenged this God I had no faith in, didn't believe in. And I said, God, if you're real, you better prove yourself to me right now or else. So what God did, he turned up through and by his Holy Spirit, which I knew nothing about. And his Holy Spirit entered my cell and filled my being. It just took my breath away. And I started to cry like a child. And as he was filling me with his Spirit, he was talking to me. And he spoke these words to me that I've never heard with such clarity and such truth. I love you. I've always loved you, and I will always love you. Oh my gosh, it just broke down all the walls inside of me right there and then. God set me free of all my demons. My alcoholism since I was 9, my drug addiction for the last 35 years disappeared and all its effects. And I said to God on my floor of my jail cell, crying like a baby, my nose running, my eyes running, and I said, God, I believe in you now. You can stop now. You're freaking me out. And God spoke to me. And he said, I haven't finished proving myself to you. Pick up the Bible, this Bible, 22 years ago in my jail cell. Pick up the Bible and read my word. And I picked up the Bible. And before I even reached for the Bible, I knew without a shadow of a doubt I could read. Second before, I couldn't read anything. And I picked it up. I opened up the Bible like such. And it was like a volume, just boom. And it was just amazing. And it was full color, and I could hear everything, and see everything, understand everything I read. And there and then, on my jail floor, God transformed me from this ugly man, vicious, deceitful, hurtful. I was an ugly person, to this man of God that I am today. It wasn't like hocus pocus, you can read. What he did through his love and his Holy Spirit, he took away the doubts and fears that were bred into me. You're useless, you're hopeless, you can't grow up to be nothing, you're nobody, wish you were dead and weren't born. He took all those liars of the devil away from me, and what it left was the confidence in the love of Christ. That's what transformed me. I was able to study, to read and understand and hold thoughts, that came in handy later on. So I became a qualified drug and alcohol counsellor. I've been doing that for over 20 years. And not giving me the glory, I give God the glory. I became top of my class. When I got saved in jail, it didn't just change my life. It changed everyone's lives that were involved in my lifetime. Our children noticed the difference instantaneously. You come home before I got saved and they would run away. But when I got saved, they would run to me. It's so wonderful to hear your children say, I love you, especially when you've never heard it before. And now my children are all men and women with their own children. And guess what? They still go, I love you, Dad. And they're just, oh my gosh, it's so wonderful to hear that. Well, the change that God done in my life is forever. Only God can change your life. Man can't. Man can only go so far. But God can go all the way.